The Vision High School Sports Beat is brought to you by the 9 locally owned Vision Automotive Group dealerships from Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Hyundai, Kia, and Nissan, with locations in Webster, Henrietta, Greece, Penfield, Fairport, and Canandaigua. Online at visionauto.com. Hello everyone, and thanks for joining us with the Edition Automotive Group's High School Sports Beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Every week at this time, we take a comprehensive look at sports in Section 5 in Monroe County, and we begin with our honor roll of high school teams. At number 3 for the week, let's hear it for the new kids on the block. The Rochester Academy Racers, an original nickname no less. The Racers won their first ever varsity basketball game by defeating RCMCS. DeJure John scored 21 points. At number 2, the first of 2 teams serving early season notice. Wilson boys basketball beat Mighty East High 69-52 in their season opener. DeAndre Abdullah scored 18 with 11 rebounds. And at number 1, we have Hilton girls basketball. The Cadets beat Mighty Penfield 69-53. Lauren Anton had 28 points and 11 rebounds. We'll stay in Hilton, where our 2013-14 Team of the Year resides, thanks to the Deprez Dynasty. Things are a little different at Hilton this year. Gone are the Deprez twins, who graduated to the University of Binghamton after a star-studded high school wrestling career. Vincent wound up a state champion, Anthony a state finalist. But that isn't the end of the Deprez Dynasty in Hilton. 8th grader Sam and sophomore Louie, a sectional champion in his own right, remain.
He's, 160 pounds as a sophomore. He's just going to grow and get bigger, and he's got a younger brother, Sammy Deprez, which is 132 pounds right now, is an 8th grader. So they're going to be big boys.
How's it different this year without the 2 older brothers on the team?
It's a little different. I have to step up to the plate and fill in their shoes. And my little brother came up, and he's wrestling on varsity, so it's pretty cool.
The remaining 2 Deprez boys, along with reigning All-Greater Rochester Wrestler of the Year, Yanni Diakomahalis, who was up to 123 pounds this year, form the backbone of another strong team in Hilton. How's the dynamic different without the 2 older Deprez boys?
Actually, there was a little bit more conversation in the room without them. They didn't talk too much.
So that kind of passed along to the rest of the team?
Now we actually have more conversation, and kids are talking and a little more active, as far as joking around and stuff. They were real serious and, just focused on wrestling.
The talking is a good thing?
Oh, yeah, it's a good thing. It keeps the room a little bit lighter.
This year, it's Louie's time to shine.
My brothers kind of beat up on us a little bit, and it just made us tougher, and now we're wrestling, and it just makes us better wrestlers.
So that being the case, are you going to wind up better than them, do you think, because of all the beatings you took?
I don't know. We'll have to see.
At the Mamarino tournament in Webster, Deprez wrestled his way to the 160-pound finals. It's 30 pounds heavier than he wrestled last year. Louie faced the defending sectional champion in the weight class, Webster Schrader's Joe Lupacella. You got the big 2 points in the first period. What occurred there?
He shot on me. I kind of sprawled out. I got a little trouble in when he came up out the back. And I don't know, I just kind of got in the scramble, came out on top.
Deprez won 3-1. The 4 Deprez boys grew up in a wrestling household as legacies under the watchful eyes of Jason Deprez, the wrestler at Hilton himself, class of 1988.
Well, I wrestled, and it was important to me just for the fact that, it creates a lot of discipline and hard work and good work ethic. So, I brought the boys into it early on. with Baker boys wrestling back when they were 3 and 4 years old. And, it started out real slow, kept it slow and simple, and it just kind of grew. And we started seeing that, they're having some success and had some goals that they wanted to attain. We kind of ramped it up as they got a little older, and it's been a great ride.
Hilton finished a very close second to Fairport in the Marina Memorial in Webster, setting up the rematch this coming weekend in the county championships. Next up to Pittsford for the life of Riley when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues. Welcome back to the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat. I'm Bill Pucko. Time now to check our honor roll of high school athletes. For the weekend at number 3, we place the name Metcalf, which is hockey royalty in these parts. The son of Scott, one of the most popular Amhersts ever, Tanner Metcalf, scored 2 goals in a big 4-3 win over Brockport. At number 2, Ethan Kaiser is the Fairport hockey goalie. He opened the season with back-to-back shutouts, including one over mighty Messina as the Red Raiders started the season 2-0. And at number 1, Anna Costarellis of Churchville, our lone participant in the Nike National Cross Country Meet. The Saints sophomore finished 84th out of 199. A name to remember, certainly. She is just a sophomore. Which brings us to Pittsford, where the life of Riley is rewriting the record books. They exist in their own little world, but to a swim team, the divers can be essential. Going for their 13th straight Section 5 championship, the Pittsford Panthers don't really need exceptional divers, but they have them.
5 very solid divers, including Sean, who's one of the top in the state, and the other ones are coming on strong. When you have one kid who sets all the examples, the others will follow, and they all want to be like Sean.
Sean is junior Sean Riley, the latest in a line of exceptional divers in Pittsburgh. In each of the last 2 years, Dylan Marin and then Sam Randall broke the school record, which before them had stood 20 years. Riley re-broke the mark, smashed it really, by some 30 points last week.
It was crazy, it's just something I worked for a really long time, and I didn't even expect it to happen that meet, so, it was just awesome, undescribable.
But you kind of knew it was going to come, didn't you?
Well, I've been working for that for so long, and I've seen that name up there for so long. I really thought I could do that someday, and there you go.
I'm sure that if the football coach, the wrestling coach saw this kid, they would grab him in a second. But it's too late because he is one of the top. Right now he's the 3rd best diver in the state of New York by points, and he could even do better. I think. The last week he has really started to clean up his entries. Not only is he going high, not only is his form perfect, but now he's starting to rip in the water.
That athleticism has helped Riley throw 4 dives with a degree of difficulty of more than 3.0.
I think I'm going to do reverse 2.5 tuck, which is I'm going to go off the board forwards and just rotate backwards 2.5 times and then kick up into a dive. So it's like a lot of spinning and a lot of flipping.
What's the key to making that work?
It's a lot of power, and at the same time it's a lot of just keeping your focus on the board, really. And I mean, you get up there and ultimately you gotta just keep your mind where it is.
Riley serves to inspire the younger divers on the Pittsford team, including Sydney Taylor, an urban suburban student who's really taken to the sport.
I used to be a swimmer, so when I was swimming, I used to dive into the pool a lot. So they were just like, oh, you should go to RIT and dive. And they told my mom, so she got me into RIT for diving.
Pittsford has 2 diving coaches and a strict regimen of 40 to 60 dives a day for each of the 5. They get the chance to view each of those dives on video delay for evaluation. They stay busy. The With that level of support and having fully committed to the sport, the sky is the limit in the life of Riley.
I think I'm long from where I'll be. I think I have so much more to improve, and I really think I can beat any record by the time I'm done with my senior year. So I think it's going to be great.
Making the Grade with Kim Burnson from the break room is next. Coming up later, our all-sport high school game of the week takes us downtown when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues.
And we're back. Thanks for watching the Vision High School Sports Beat. I'm Kim Burnson. It's time now for our Making the Grade segment, where we honor a student athlete for their performance both on and off the field. This week's honoree is National Honor student Katie Pendelberry, who attends Penfield High School, where she's a senior and scholar athlete. Katie stands out on the tennis court, where she was named captain of her team. As a multiple sport athlete, she also participates in Nordic skiing in the winter months and track and field in the spring. But it's in the classroom where Katie really shines. She defines what it means to be a well-rounded student, a member of Penfield's jazz band and her school orchestra, where she plays the drums and the cello. And somewhere in between schoolwork, sports, and music, she coaches the middle school science Olympiad team and Rhodes Scholar events, while prepping for her own high school division. She doesn't take any breaks, spending her summer vacations coordinating events through her local church and helping others. For her dedication to her school and her community, this week Penfield's Katie Pendelberry is making the grade. If you have a student in mind for our Making the Grade segment, we want to hear from you. You can send your nominations to info@classywolf.com. Here's Bill with our Section 5 calendar.
Coming up this week, a swim meet of note. Matching two defending Section 5 champions, Pittsford swims at Canandaigua Tuesday at 4:30. Also on Tuesday, the hockey game of the week finds Pittsford playing at Fairport. Thomas Creek Arena first face-off is at 5:30. On Wednesday, it's always a meaningful boys basketball game. Webster Schrader hosts Fairport, 7:45. There's a nice girls basketball tournament in Rush Henrietta on Friday and Saturday. The hosts will play Webster Thomas. Greece Athena takes on Churchville Chili. The winners meet Saturday in the championship game at 4 o'clock. And the big event, the Monroe County Wrestling Meet. All the schools, regardless of class, Hilton defends, Fairport leads the challengers. It's Saturday at Webster Schrader, beginning at 11. Coming up, the city is back in the basketball business in a big way. Our all-sport high school game of the week features a city showdown when the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat continues. Welcome back and thanks for joining us at the Vision Automotive Group's high school sports beat. I'm Bill Pucko. There are more than a dozen city schools playing boys basketball this year. More than half of them will figure in the championship run. These two will. Leadership playing at Edison. It's our all-sport high school game of the week. Last year, 7 city teams played in the boys' sectional basketball finals. Leadership and Edison were 2 of those. Basketball in the city is back.
I mean, it's always been here. I think guys are just hungry. I mean, we always have basketball players, a lot of talent in the city. I just think guys are realizing, and I'll tell you what, a lot of the community centers are really helping out with making sure a lot of the kids are fundamentally sound. So that's a great thing.
Leadership is the up-and-comer. The Lions won Class B2 last year, and with their first senior class in tow, look very strong again.
It's just, controlling the energy. The guys are so excited. They have worked hard throughout the summer and throughout November. So just containing that energy and slow down on some of the mistakes.
And you're always playing bigger schools.
Yes, I wanted our schedule filled with the best teams in the county. I mean, you name it, we have them on our schedule full with AA teams.
This was Edison's opener, and the Inventors got off to a quick start. Ralik Red with the pass to Christian Allen in the lane. Then Cortez Fry Jr. scored off the finger roll, and Edison owned a quick 6-1 lead. Leadership answered. Devontae Higgins to Tymeek Mackey to Ane Majak. The teams continued to trade baskets into the second quarter. Mosley got a steal and a wide open path to the hoop.
I just grabbed the ball, stole it, and just did what I had to do.
You know, those baskets tend to mean a lot more than if you just laid it in. Are you conscious of that?
Yeah, it get the crowd more involved and stuff. It get us going when we dunk, get our defense going more. It help us out better.
Edison's Red got a handle on his game and scored on back-to-back trips down the court. Driving for 2, then streaking through the lane for another, drawing a foul and converting a 3-point play.
In the first quarter, I was just a little bit too energized, just running too fast. Wasn't pacing myself at all. Then I caught up to myself and just started pacing myself, attacking the rim.
Higgins got the last points of the half, tying the score for the Lions, 28-28.
We got to be ready to play. We're in a dogfight, okay? Crowd is on their side, okay? To me, we are the best team, but we're not playing like it. What's killing us is our lack of defense, okay? If we continue to give up prime time, okay, it's going to be a lot of unhappy people in this locker room. Come on, y'all. Okay, I believe we can win the game. Okay, let's execute, play our game. Leadership on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Leadership took control of the game in the third quarter. Higgins to Mosley with a finger roll. Mosley was the high scorer in the game with 20. Gary Whiteside got fouled while making a hook shot. Victor Caldwell with a steal and a drive to the hoop. Edison was attempting to slow down leadership when Red to Daquan Kerlock got the Inventors back to within 3. But leadership scored 8 of the last 9 points of the quarter. Mosley with the drive and drop off to Higgins. Then it was Higgins to Mosley with a touch pass to Majak. Lions won the quarter 17-7 to lead Edison by 10.
The guys just kind of got stagnant. Too relaxed, I want to say. Leadership kind of came out with a lot of energy, and they had a purpose. My guys were a little lax, probably thinking a little bit too much. I always preach fake a pass to make a pass, and I think guys were just thinking a little bit too much with the pressure. I mean, leadership is extremely long. Coach does a really good job with those rotations and teaching those guys how to rotate when the ball is moved.
Leadership continued to pull away in the fourth quarter. Higgins with a spectacular follow-up, a miss. Devontae with a great all-around game scored a triple-double with 14 points, 10 rebounds, and 10 assists.
When my teammates got in foul trouble, I just tried to be a point guard for the team because our point guard had foul trouble. So I just try to use my college game and play point guard and distribute the ball more rather than score.
Yeah, what do you think the strength of your game is?
I think my strength is my athleticism because I can go up and get it at any time. If I'm running a fast break, I can finish well. I just feel like, I can just finish everything.
Mosley with a pass to Higgins for the big finish, punctuating Leadership's second win over a fellow Section 5 finalist, 67-53 over Edison.
Thanks to our partners at the Vision Automotive Group. They make the Sports Beat possible.
As do you. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next week.